Lawton here. I just wanted to go over some beautiful things going on in the world. It is December 16th. Um, Trump sold all of his NFTs in one day, you guys. And I couldn't stop laughing this morning about uh, some of the some of the remakes of those NFT launch, dude. I was cracking up. But anyways, I do want to talk about money, and I hope you guys like money. We all are in search of money, and I just googled the definition of money in Google, and I just want to share this with you guys. A current medium of exchange in the form of coins and banknotes, right? You have, and then my favorite definition of money is a creature of law, right? And throughout history, this was the best example of like currency that was used to trade was I could find was British pound going back to 1209. Okay, guys, up until this day, this is a ridiculously long currency, right? But look at this thing, man. It starts up. Look, it's like it's not zero. I'm not gonna say it's zero, but it's like it's one. We'll just call it one. Okay, so it's at one now. It was up here. It took multiple centuries, but it basically went to zero, right? And this is the dollar. So like the dollar, is this what this is back in 1920, right? And it's actually very interesting. Is it super amazing picture right here of just like how much, 10 bottles of beer, back in 1933. It still kind of seems expensive though. I feel like that's what we pay for a beer now, right? 10 bottles for $20. So I don't know, maybe some things are weird, but what to buy, right? So this is the purchasing power of the dollar. You can go back, but it looks exactly like the pound, you guys. This goes back centuries, right? This is the oldest money. And then we have our US dollar, which is, on a I love the US, but this is what we're getting out of any kind of currency that's controlled by a central force is is going to zero. Like it eventually will go to zero. Gold. Let's just look at gold now because talking about the new. I mean the pound is pretty old. Like that's pretty ridiculously old. So that's a good one to look at. But the dollar's only been around for like in its current form for 70 years. And I'm American. I love the United States. I think we veered off the course a while ago. There's congressmen and corporations that are just in bed now that it seems like they don't represent us anymore, right? So they don't even really represent us. Gold has been a currency for 6,000 years. 6,000 years. It survived Napoleon. It survived, it was like the Aztec money. And even I mean, this is like a ridiculous investment. Like I went back to we're looking at gold on the monthly right now, but this doesn't even do it justice because I mean, it goes back to, let's see, I'll just see if I can go to like the year here, right? 12 months. The longest we go back is 1834, right? So that's a really long time, but that's like gold, right? You guys look at this thing. Okay, this is and it even goes back. This is recorded history, right? So we know gold and silver have been money for 6,000 years, and we have coins to prove it, right? So the new money, we've been searching for Bitcoin for basically 6,000 years since human beings. Not since we needed computers, right? So we needed computers, but as soon as we got computers, we were like, okay, we need a money to handle the new stuff because the old system, you guys, I hate to say it, but it's broken compared to this, right? It's just basically Bitcoin, Litecoin, ETH, Digibyte. I haven't talked about Digibyte, but it's in my list of like amazing coins. Digibyte is also super undervalued, guys. This is ridiculously undervalued compared to what Digibyte is going to be going to. If you guys don't know, beautiful currencies like this, the only thing Digibyte doesn't have going for it is that it's not private. So, this is why I'm like Win Lawton. I Mimble Wimble. they basically made the perfect currency. Him and this guy named what was his name? David Bergquist, David Burkett. David Burkett that worked with Charlie Lee basically created the perfect currency, you guys. And they released this thing. I'm like very surprised that we haven't heard from them in a while. At least I haven't really heard. I haven't looked up what Charlie's doing or David, but I bet you that they're probably under some heat for this because this is like, you know, I mean, I believe that we should give, our taxes to the people, right? But I don't necessarily like taxes. I pay my taxes, but I think it's like just and fair. Do I love doing it every time? No, don't. But do I have it? Money is weird, right? So I'm not going to get too deep into um, what the definition of money is, but a free society. If we were to go onto the Litecoin standard, say we're going to go onto the Litecoin standard, if we went to the Litecoin standard or the Bitcoin standard, and Litecoin was like the actual transactional currency, like it was intended, uh, then it would have this element of privacy to it, right? Bitcoin's traceable. We don't have to implement privacy on the Bitcoin chain, but we could let Litecoin act more like cash, and keep it on the privacy chain. And the United States has a obligation basically to start, accumulating Litecoin at this price right now because if they really want a free society, one nation under God, indivisible, with unalienable rights, right? Then you want a currency that's not going to enslave everybody in the world. Okay. You're also going to want to be fast. Yeah. I don't want the old system right now. It takes like literally, if you're going to try to send $100 to Africa, okay, you're going to go through like 12 middlemen, okay, to send that money to Africa. You're going to wire it. And every one of them is getting a little chunk of the pie. Okay. And they built, the middlemen have created all the rules because they're getting all these like 1 cent here, 2 cents here, 3 cents here. You use my network. I am the central bank. You are the central bank. We're all communicating. Then it goes to the FBI and the IRS, and they back check everybody. And it's like this crazy system. Okay, you guys, it's a crazy system. No matter how you look at it, like it should not be. I'm only trying to feed my child in Africa that's living over there, and I can't even send them $100 without getting like a 12%, transfer fee, right? So like, and then if you're in Africa, if you're trying to send money from South Africa to Nigeria, you have to put cash basically on a bus. That's the best way to do it. You got to pay the bus driver, okay, and then like deliver the cash because wire transfer is 10%. Litecoin, Digibyte, even Bitcoin, like it's 100%, like I would not 100%, but like 95% better option of sending. And all you need is a smartphone, right? So all you need is a smartphone. No one can stop that transaction, even though the U.S. government was like, that kind of pisses off, every centralized bank in the world, right? To have transactions without having their control on it, but the genie's out of the bag and you're not putting it back in, right? So like you're not putting it back in. So no matter what you think, Bitcoin and Litecoin and ETH are going to survive because there's going to be one country, unless every country in the world agrees to ban mining and ban cryptos, right? And shut us off from that, and they could go back on the gold standard, right? We can ship barges right across then this is going to win because it's superior. It's a superior thing that was created here, and it's going to win no matter what we're seeing are death throes right now. That's kind of what we're seeing. We're seeing death throes. Like, cheers to death throes of the current financial system. I give you guys props. We're putting it up on stilts, right? At this point, and the waves are just crashing against us. And I mean, there's things that people don't know about money, right? You guys, like people, like the repo market. How many people can you explain the repo market, right? It's money that's a liability for him, but it's okay for him, and they're just gonna switch it around, and you're gonna have like, you guys are serious, like that's a problem. The fractional reserve banking systems has gotten, it's so bloated, it's bloated, right? So it's just like it's on life support, and we'll see what happens. But I mean, we have the technology to save us, right? We have the technology to save us, and that's the most important thing. We have it. We can do it. We don't have to rely on somebody else. Um, you know, drilling some gold and seeing if it's pure anymore, and trusting that, oh yeah, they got tons and tons of gold. We've seen it, we'll take it for your word, So I think it's a crazy system. This is like provable on the chain. Blockchain is created something that's what we've needed, right? Since the dawn of computers. So it's an amazing thing. You're not going to beat it. Like, that's the other thing. You can fight it, but you're not going to beat it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you can either hinder your people, or you can advance your civilization with, and redefine what a nation is, and counties, which are accountants, which dawn from the word accounting, is counties, and they count the people and count the land and count everything. It all comes down to the money that we're using. And if they own the money, then we have the control right now. And so the sooner that United States fully embraces this situation right here, as soon as we fully embrace Bitcoin and ETH and Litecoin, then we are at a disadvantage, and being friendly to the miners is the first step to it. And I think we're on like the third step, because I feel like we've definitely gotten to the point where, we've been looking at this thing. But you guys, this is a discount. I do think we're going to have a little bit more capitulation here just in the short term. We're on a heavy sell, obviously, on the Lux algo. It's been a pretty ugly week. Stop, my dog is just whining right now. He wants to come sit to me. He's whining at me, and he's gonna have to go down. I was like, I have to cut this video. You guys be safe out there. I love my subscribers and my viewers. Please, you guys, share this video if this is helpful to you. I want you to be safe, and I want you guys. Bitcoin is in its first 10 years of existence. Gold has been there for 6,000 years. So, having some gold, and then, having a Bitcoin on hand, right, for your kids, or, somewhere around, is a great, keep it for them, because this is like a dawn of a new asset class. How many times does that come around in your lifetime, right? So be lucky, be fortunate to be here. And that's how I feel. So I hope you guys are feeling the same way. Lawton out.